Good afternoon from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's Ryan, and it is an absolutely beautiful day. My plan in this video is to go for a walk with you over to the convention center, walk around a little bit, see if we can find some really unique cars, and then head over onto the parkway to just see how crowded it is in Pigeon Forge. My goal is to go for a nice long walk over to the old mill, and so I invite you to join me for a walk through Pigeon Forge during the Rod Run. Without further ado, let the adventure begin. So we begin up here on the hill by the Cambria Hotel, overlooking the outdoor vendor area. We're gonna go for a walk down there, but it is a beautiful day. I think it's like 75 degrees right now. The sun is out. It was a little bit rainy last night, but I'm super excited to go for a walk with you guys. So my wife Brie is doing some homeschool with the kids. She got up this morning, asked me if I wanted to go for a run with her. She's training to do a 5K at Dollywood next weekend. And I said, no, I'm gonna do lots of walking, I think this afternoon. So I just worked on the garden while she did some laps around our yard, which has lots of different elevation changes to help her kind of get ready for running through Dollywood theme park next week. But again, I know I'm gonna go for quite a number of steps. So before I forget, okay, I'm at 3,200 steps. So we'll check how many steps I get by the time I get back here. So we have the outdoor vendor section, which costs $20 to head in here. Hello. How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good weather, huh?
Great weather.
Much better than last night. It was pretty rainy.
Hey, we needed it though.
All right, so what all can we see in here?
All right, you can see all the scrap stuff out here. You can go swap meet out here. I said scrap, but swap meet out here. There's a lot right below, behind it, and then in the LeConte Center, you can go in all of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So we got our $20 wristband. We can walk around up here, and then we're going to head down to the LeConte Convention Center in just a little bit. I'm just going to walk around and see if I notice anything interesting. I just want to point out I'm not a car expert by any means. I'm just here to see if I can find some unique things. So I'm not going to know all the details about what model this is or that is. I'll just say, hey, that's a pretty cool looking blue car over here, and just give a feel of what the Rod Run is like and the different things that you can do if you're planning to come here, or perhaps you just want to avoid the traffic and just kind of want to see what the experience is like. They've got some ice cream over here, which they're making from a 60s era ice cream machine that was completely restored back in 2011. We've got all sorts of different golf carts over here with a golf cart company. It looks like some homemade different birdhouses over here. Some of these look really neat. I like this one on the corner. Kind of looks like a church, but they even put some shingles on. It's pretty nice. So some really nice looking birdhouses for about 20 bucks and up. They've got all sorts of vendors selling different car parts and different crafts. I hear Dolly Parton music playing in the background, and I thought these were kind of creative. They have different tailgate benches from trucks that they've converted into benches. So there's a Dodge one, a Ford one. This one's $800. So they have a number of different brands. They got a Chevy. Oh, this one's sold, it looks like. And GMC. This guy's demoing his vehicle over here. They've got Fat Cat rods over here on this corner. They've got 32 through 40 Fords. That's what they say on their sign over here. It's like they're asking $62,500 for this black one over here. Show you the interior. This thing is really nice. It smells like leather when I lean in here, so I don't know if it would be a good Florida car with all the black. It would definitely get pretty hot in the sun, but this is a nice little unique car. Again, all sorts of different things that you can buy. The one thing that got my attention over here is Southern Cruisin' Mobility, where you can actually buy one of these ice chests or coolers or whatever you want to call it that have been retrofit as a scooter, so you can sit on it. I always see people riding around. He said this is $1,400, and they have a little dually one over here. These are $1,600. You got two wheels, probably giving you a little more stability, but we'll see lots of people riding around on these as we get out to the main parkway. And sometimes you can go to a sports game and get a good deal on cheap seats. You can also get a good deal on cheap seats over here, as that is literally what this booth is called. It's cheap seats of all different colors and kinds. So just walking around, checking out all the things that they have to offer up here before we head down to the actual convention center. So I've been walking around here for a good bit. I think I want to head back down to the LeConte Convention Center and see what we can find in there. So this looks like the area they have designated where you can sell your car. It's a pretty interesting paint job on this 2005 Dodge that's for sale. Got lots of trucks and Camaros and different vehicles for sale up here as people are kind of browsing. And then you got some old school marketing on this one. They're selling for $8,000. They've got a whole board on the back with some flyers. And check out these two Ford vehicles. This one is an electric, and check out the size of the battery in this one. It's like a size G for giant Duracell battery. Okay, that's a fake one, but that's kind of funny. And right next to that, you have a 1923 Ford Model T, and actually have a really good comparison, but it kind of gives you a good side-by-side of how Ford's technology has changed through the years. You have the electric vehicle over here on the left and the classic 1923 Model T. It originally cost anywhere from $260 to $324. And then again, here's some info on the electric vehicle right next to it that has a 320-mile range. So very interesting to kind of see the difference in Ford technology through the years, and just a number of vehicles you can just walk by. People pop up their hoods and you can check out, like this old Camaro here. They actually have a little book, I notice. It gives you kind of the history on the restoration. So if you are somebody who's really into cars, you can really see all the TLC that they put into it to get it to where it is now, as you're able to see it. And we've got all sorts of different vehicles up here that are entered into some different contests that they can win some prizes. This one was kind of interesting to me. It almost gave me a little bit of a Ghostbuster kind of a feeling, like it was an early model or something that the Ghostbusters could have used one time. You've got some different headsets that you can wear, but otherwise it's pretty bare bones on the inside. It's definitely very interesting. And you got another old classic vehicle across from that over here. As you can see, it is a participant with the entry number. So this thing definitely goes back in time. Oh, and look at this little guy hanging out the back here. Got a little bear and a beer stein. So this would definitely make for a very close family vacation if everybody loaded up. Got this lifted truck, almost to the caliber of a monster truck with its pink camo. See if we can find anything else over here. This one looks like a replica of the Dukes of Hazzard car. This is definitely a very bright green one right here as far as color. Definitely stand out driving down the road. And this one right here with the doors opening the opposite way that most doors do. We made it over to the official event t-shirt shop. See if we can check out some of the designs for this year. Got Pigeon Forge Rod Run cruising in the Smokies. A couple different variations of that, as well as some women's designs over here in some different colors. And And they're also selling some shirts from some other shows that just recently occurred not too long ago. So there's definitely a lot more that we could walk around and check out, but again, I want to try to get down to the convention center and then walk around the parkway as much as we can to see what's down there. I'm really glad that they added this bridge to get you over to the convention center. You're not needing to be down at a crosswalk. The traffic is actually not too bad, at least at this point in the day. I have seen rod runs where it is just bumper to bumper all the way up around the edge here, so I think it will pick up as people get off work and the day goes on. But right now at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's definitely not too bad right now, as I've seen the traffic be backed up way down Teaster Lane. So it's actually pretty manageable this Friday afternoon. It feels pretty nice up here on the shade as we cross over the bridge. You just gotta watch the traffic up here and all the different scooters. They'll just fly right by you. Gotta really watch out. So let's head into the LeConte Convention Center from this side, and then we'll exit the front as we head over towards the island. So now that we've made it inside the LeConte Convention Center, there are a number of vendors. You're always welcome to just walk through here and do some shopping without any type of admission. This is all free to access. However, if you want to go to the event hall, you do need to have a wristband. So let's head inside and see what we can find in here. And right out of the gate, they have lots of different vehicles in here lined up that you can walk along, look inside, and enjoy if you are a car enthusiast who wants to see some of the best, all shined up and decked out in different ways. I did want to point out they have a number of banners out over here advertising all of the different car shows around the country, like this one in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and another one in North Carolina, this one in Georgia. So this is one of many different car shows around the country that you can go to. Lots of different vendors selling stuff in here as well, just like where we were up top before. We've got a little place to come sit, relax, have some lunch, have a snack, and they have a stage which is featuring the Warman Trio. They're not playing right now, but you can come enjoy some live music over here in the event hall. We even have Earl Tom here in the event center, the mascot of Rod Run.
The cool cat.
The cool cat. All right, we'll see you about. See you, Earl Tom. This is kind of interesting for me to walk through the vendor hall right now, as we will be back here next month for a homeschool convention. Lots of different car parts and accessories right now, and next month when we walk through here, there'll be tons of books and curriculum and different homeschooling activities that my wife and I will walk through to kind of make sure our kids are getting the best curriculum possible. And this booth has a number of different mannequins all set up over here. They even have Elvis. I'm not sure who this guy is. He's under disguise right now. And if I was on Jeopardy and had to name a bunch of NASCAR drivers, I'd be in trouble. I couldn't name too many, but I do know this guy as Richard Petty. Looks like another shop selling a bunch of Rod Run t-shirts, and this fancy car in the back here that is roped off. They've got some pop-up paint stations that you could buy, or you could use this for camping in the national park. I guess you would definitely stand out at the Cades Cove campground with one of these things. Looks like a pretty good crowd of people waiting in line to see John Schneider, as seen on the Dukes of Hazzard, as he is over here doing some photos with fans right now next to the car. So I can't say I've watched a whole lot of Dukes and Hazzard in my day, but if you have, here is a look at Bo Duke now in 2026. Here is a look at the meet and greet over here. I think we should head back over to the front. I've got some classic music playing inside here and a number of classic cars as we work our way back out to the front. And as I walk out, they're already promoting Chevys in the Smokies next April. So I think we should see what else we can find as we head out the front of the LeConte Convention Center. Again, lots of different vendors that are out and about in this hallway. You're able to come here and shop whether you're paying the $20 admission or not. I thought these were so neat. This is all of the different national parks, and I have a little bag here. And every one that you visit, you can actually plug it in. So we have, there's the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So once you visit here, you can add the little green tree and make it a goal to try to visit all of the national parks or visit all 50 states. But here is the website. They have these big ones and they have some smaller ones. So these are really creative that you could order and hang up in your house. But there's a look at the convention area. Again, they'll have one of these in the fall. So they typically are very similar between the spring and fall Rod Run. Those are some of the things that you can enjoy and shop for. So it looks like there's some construction going on right now. So what normally is a place where a number of cars park out here has converted to a little scooter, bike, golf cart parking area. So let's head towards the island in Pigeon Forge and see what we can find out on the parkway. Right outside the convention center, you have this bridge that has been here for a number of years that we could walk across to get to the main parkway. But I actually want to walk up ahead a little further and go up to the new bridge that they just recently opened up. So I thought I had read online that the city said that this bridge was complete and open. It might be complete, but it is not open, at least not today. But this will be really nice to get you over to the Three Bears General Store from this parking lot that goes between the convention center and the island. So not open yet. I think since we've already walked this far, we can just walk by the island and head out to the parkway from there. So the LeConte Convention Center is kind of the main hub of where all the Rod Run activities take place, but crowds kind of pick up all around the area from there. I'm curious how busy the island is right now. The crowds actually don't look too bad right now at the island. There are plenty of seats around the fountain, and it looks like we could get onto the Skyfly without too much of a wait right now. So even though there are a number of people over at the convention center, this is actually not too bad as far as crowds go. I say the same thing about Dollywood. I've gone over to Dollywood during a Rod Run and found that it actually wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be. Everyone hears Rod Run or car show in Pigeon Forge and they think, oh no, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare as the day goes on to get from one place to another, especially up here on the parkway. But again, Dollywood, and as we just saw, the island itself isn't packed with people. There's just a lot of cars, and this is where a lot of the activity is. As you can see, the traffic coming from Gatlinburg here into Pigeon Forge is very busy right now. So let's work our way down the parkway. We gotta be careful as we're on the sidewalk, because there are all sorts of different vehicles everywhere. We got some people parked in front of the Comedy Barn here in Pigeon Forge, as well as Frizzle Chicken Farmhouse Cafe. I think we'll find a lot more people as we work back towards the LeConte Convention Center. And here's a vehicle I spotted at a number of different Rod Runs, as it looks like it's going in both directions as it drives down the road. Definitely one of the more unique ones I always seem to spot every year. Got this very unique one parked over here. Again, you can just kind of walk around and check out all of the different vehicles and custom work that they've done on it. So this is right over here by the Three Bears General Store. I can see that bridge that we weren't able to cross over. Should be opening any day now. It looks completely done. And there are tons of 2-hour customer parking only signs all around Three Bears General Store, as they're trying to make sure people who just want to come up here and enjoy their store are able to. They don't have too many cars that are just parked up and taking spots. I know the different tow companies get pretty busy on these car show weekends here in Pigeon Forge. And we've just about made it back to the one bridge that we could have crossed over by the LeConte Convention Center. A number of old vehicles that you can just walk along the parkway here and check out their engines. So they made a change where you're not allowed to technically put up a for sale sign of your vehicle along the parkway. The workaround that I've noticed is people don't put for sale or how much something costs, but they will just put a phone number with a little bit of information about the car. So it's kind of like they said, hey, don't sell vehicles, and people just still sell them. They just don't do a formal number up on the car, how much it's listed for. They just put a phone number to call. So there's always a workaround. Not only are the tow trucks pretty busy, but the local first responders also stay pretty busy throughout car show weekends as well. And out in front of the Walgreens, we've got a cool bus, which says, I'm not pretty, I'm not fast, but if it's fun you want, we can take the whole class. Next to the cool bus, you have this vehicle right here. I like the American flag in the front, and I have seen this one before because I do recognize the Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, and James Dean artwork that's on the inside. This is one you definitely would like to keep the hood up so people can enjoy the artwork, versus when you're driving around, people have no clue what's on the inside. So let's keep working our way down the parkway a little bit further, see if I can get us over to the old mill. Got the Pigeon Forge police guys out and about. Like I said, those guys will stay busy with people doing all sorts of odd stuff as the night goes on, especially. And much like the Three Bears General Store, the Moon Pie General Store over here also has a number of signs out about parking. They want to be able to have people come over and go to their business. Got this little Cobra with an Ohio license plate. When I see the logo for this, it just brings me back to my childhood. I always think of G.I. Joe, as they have the little Cobra symbol, and a number of other vehicles along the way here. And I think I see another official event t-shirt shop out here on the parkway. It looks like all of the same shirts that we saw up by the LeConte Convention Center and within it. As you walk along, there's just a variety of different types of cars, all sorts of unique things that you'll see, probably more so with this car show than any other. For example, the Jeep Invasion, you'll often see lots and lots of Jeeps. But again, as you're walking along, you might just run into the Mystery Machine over here, just driving down the parkway. So, and right behind that, you got a little buggy and a whole variety of different things that you can spot. And as you walk along, some cars are pretty quiet, and other cars not so much. And I feel like I've seen this Jeep Rubicon before. It's got Tennessee Customs on the side. Definitely stands out. Very unique, giant wheels. You've got the latest and greatest cars driving down. And you even have this old Jeep here. Or a golf cart. You just never know. What do you got? Is that a bubble machine? Oh, nice. Or a golf cart with a bubble machine. And a blowhorn. Air horn. So it's quite interesting and entertaining just to walk down the street. So we've almost made it over to the old mill. You can see this antique store that burned down quite a while ago. Not sure what they're going to do with it. So lots of cars parked out in front of it right now. I see a number of people inside the funnel cake factory around the corner from the old mill, but wanted to go for a quick walk over here, see how busy the Old Mill District is real quick, and check out this little vehicle coming down the road. Hello.
How are you?
Good, good.
Good.
Love it.
Thank you.
Nice little mini car. This thing looks fun to drive around. I can see somebody fishing down below, and it is, again, just a beautiful day to be here in Pigeon Forge. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you're finding it helpful or enjoyable in any way, just simply like it. It's a great way to support our channel. Looks like a pretty good amount of people having either a late lunch or early dinner over here at the Old Mill. And I'm not sure if it's the Old Mill or the Pottery House, but something smells really good. As I can see some people, again, enjoying some food over at the Pottery House that recently made our top 10 restaurants in the Smokies. So let's see if we can get back out onto the parkway. So from the Old Mill, let's go on the other side of the street. See if we can spot any interesting cars on the parkway as we head back over towards the LeConte Convention Center. Got a few cars over on this side of the road out here in front of Huck Finn's. Seems like there's a bit more on the other side. Just got to navigate through cars and other pedestrians, golf carts, and different things as you walk along the sidewalk here. Got lots of people hanging out in front of Taco Bell in their shade. And it looks like we're coming up to the church over here, which they have parking with a $10 suggested donation available, so you don't end up getting towed if you're out in front of some of the businesses that do enforce being there too long. It's a nice little Bronco right here. GT 500, really sharp color. It's kind of lime green. Definitely stands out. And I do remember them doing this during the fall rod run. They have some free water and some free hot dogs, as well as a little prayer station that they set up in front of the First Baptist here in Pigeon Forge. This guy's got a number of tires in the back. Look at this thing. Wow, that is incredible. It's just like sliced in half. What in the world was that? Just seeing really unique cars like that is one of my favorite parts about coming out here and walking around. You just never know what you'll find. But Brie just texted me and said, don't forget, you gotta let the neighbor's dog out. So I do need to pick up the pace so I can get home and let the dog out. We got a number of different vehicles set up in front of Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, as well as JT Hannah's Kitchen always seems to have a number of different vehicles out front. It's the bubble guy. We're circling around here. He was on the other side of the road. So a lot of people just drive up and down, hanging in the right lane to look at all the different cars and just interact with people that are doing what I'm doing, walking up and down the street. So we got some police motorcycle guys out. Those guys can move around a lot more efficiently. We saw some artwork under a hood earlier. This one also has Mel's Drive-In Lost in the 50s artwork under the hood. This is one of those events they're able to show off and people can appreciate what most people have no idea that's under the hood, literally. I just noticed they have some puppies up here on this truck. Look at these guys. Yes, Prim would love to play with you at home, but I don't think Brie would approve of one dog at a time. We still gotta do some training. Yes, you guys are super cute. Oh, you licked my camera. We'll wipe that off. Speaking of dogs, we got Mad Dog's Creamery, which would be really nice on this warm day. It's actually not too bad. I'm glad it's the spring rod run and not the summer rod run, or else it would be really, really hot. But either way, some ice cream would be nice. And this one is definitely very unique. It's lifted up here, some big old tires. So there is not a shortage of cars to look at as you walk around the parkway here in Pigeon Forge. I can see over on the other side of the road, you have a Pigeon Forge police officer pulling over this white truck, and all I can hear is the Bad Boys song, in my mind, playing in the background.
All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We passed by Bennett's Barbecue. Got an old classic VW right out in front. Let's see if we can get back on to the other side of the road, as I got to make it over by Crave Mini Golf to hop on that bridge and work my way back to the car. I think I might have found my favorite car so far. We've got the classic Bumblebee on the right and the more modern one, and I think this one was just making noises. It is making noises. If I was voting on best car, this one would win my vote. This is super cool. Very much like the Transformers movie. So I like this one a lot. The Bumblebee. Very cool. 77B from Georgia on the back. It's a father-son. One owns the older version and one owns the newer SS. So this one's an actual official Transformer model that came out in 2010, not long after the movie. So both of these are really cool. These two are my favorite I think I've found so far walking around, having grown up watching Transformers as a kid. All right, we gotta get heading back to the car. So I made it to the crosswalk. Just need to wait for traffic to pass. There's the mystery machine, has made its way back around. They're just kind of circling around here in Pigeon Forge as well. While I'm waiting, you've got this giant lifted black Hummer. And an Easy Go golf cart right behind it. Coast is clear. It counts down pretty quick. So you gotta be on it. Again, I need to pick up the pace and try to make it back to the car so I can get heading back home. So now that we've made it over by Crave Golf Club, we're gonna go across the bridge that we didn't take. So let's cross over this bridge to get back over near the convention center. So let's walk quickly back through the convention center to get to the other bridge. And we made it back over to the bridge from the convention center to this upper parking lot up by a number of hotels where I parked. So I've just about made it back to my vehicle. Just checked my Apple Watch. I have gone over 13,000 miles since I got out of my car, looping around Pigeon Forge. I hope you have enjoyed coming along with me. Would love to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite vehicle in this video? Let me know down in the comments. But if you found this video helpful or enjoyable, do me a big favor, simply like it before you leave. I would hang out longer and check out some more vehicles, but I gotta get heading over to one of my kids has a sports game tonight. So I'm gonna go cheer them on, and somehow they've entrusted me with the scoreboard up on the big thing and running the clock and doing the announcing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go have fun. I think I burned enough calories. I might take the kids out for ice cream after the game, but I hope you have, again, enjoyed coming along with me. If you made it this far, we thank God for you. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.